how to avoid family conflict over estate matters, today on Elevate Wealth. You've worked hard to build your legacy, so how do you prevent it from becoming a source of family conflict? I'm Deanne Rosso with Elevate Wealth, and today I'm joined again by our Advanced Planning Coordinator, Deedee Bloom. Hey, Deedee.
Hey.
And we're going to share ways to create clarity and preserve the peace when it comes to your estate plan. It's great to see you again, Deedee.
Thank you.
So one concern that we hear often is how family conflicts arise when it comes to estate planning matters. So no one wants their legacy to become this source of tension.
Correct.
What can families do to prevent this?
That's such an important question. Even with a solid estate plan, things can become difficult, or conflicts can arise if the loved ones feel like they've been blindsided. Mm-hmm. So that's why communication is so critical. I always encourage clients to have very open communication with their family and loved ones about what to expect and what their wishes are. And it doesn't have to be like a big announcement. It just needs to be a calm, honest conversation about, what their wishes are and the reasoning behind them. It kind of gives context to what the results will be, and it helps them process the expectations and to know what to expect. For example, if you have multiple children and one of them has been your caregiver for a long period of time and you want to give them a little bit more than the others, to give them that explanation and understanding of why makes sense. Mm-hmm. Or if you want to give to a charity and a large sum of your estate is going to go to a charity instead of family, just giving them that time to process these things and think through them and ask questions, it can prevent a lot of conflicts.
Yes. And we often have this negative stereotype around the family meeting, right? Mm-hmm. But it doesn't have to be, like you're saying, this whole huge sit down, very serious family meeting. Correct. It really just has to be, right, clearly explaining what your wishes are, right?
That's right. And just for giving context, like I said, to why you're doing the certain things that you're doing, and just so that they can ask questions back and say, like, I don't understand, that doesn't make sense, and just giving them the peace of mind of knowing that that's exactly what you want.
Yep.
And that they have peace of mind and clarity around it.
Yeah. So it seems like the number one thing to do, clearly communicate ahead of time.
Absolutely. And having your proper documentation in place.
Yeah.
And sitting with a professional so that they know that it's clearly worded and legally sound. That's the best approach.
So when families know what to expect, that and having that clear communication, that can help avoid all kinds of family conflict.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Deedee, for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
For clearly explaining to us what we can do to avoid family conflict in our estate planning matters. And if you have questions about that, you have questions about what type of documentation or the right documentation, or need help with that guided conversation, we're here to help. Visit us at elevate-wealth.com and click Let's Talk.